Okay, so the questions we're going to answer are, who are we? What do we do? I'll start again. The questions I'm going to ask are, who are we?
Yeah.
What do we do? And what do we deliver? In a nutshell, so who are we?
Yeah.
You answer that.
Okay, well, we are Global Edge,
Yeah.
and we are the experts in performance conversation.
Okay, good. What do we do? I'm going to answer that one.
What do we do?
You ask me the question.
Yeah, what do we do?
What do we do? We work with managers and leaders at different levels within an organisation to enable them to have more frequent, higher quality and more impactful everyday performance conversations. Not the end of year, end of month, end of week, but the everyday stuff that goes on in the workplace.
Because it's too late. If you swept it under the carpet and it's a year later when that person's performance or behaviour has been checked out, it's too late.
It's too late. And also when it's good and it's great and we haven't recognised it quick enough, then are we leveraging it across the business quick enough? So that's the difference. That's what we do. And we focus in on these everyday conversations and how people behave and interact and come across in those different conversations. And by the way, it is the different types of conversations. We don't focus on just the challenging conversations. We don't focus on helping people have coaching conversations. We don't focus on how to clarify and make things clear for people. We do all of that because all of it is relevant, but we give people a framework and the confidence and the ability to have those conversations, no matter what.
So let me summarise what you've just said.
Please do, it needs a summary.
Okay, so it's about the frequency, the
Yes.
quality and the impact of everyday conversations at work.
It is. That's what we do.
That's what we do. That is about performance conversation. And we're saying it's not about leadership training.
No.
It's not about coaching
It's
training.
definitely not.
It's not about performance appraisal training.
It isn't.
It's none of those things.
It's none of those things. Which brings me on to the final question, which is,
I've forgotten what it was.
the final question I will tell you is, it's all very well focusing on these conversations and saying we're not training people. By doing this, by focusing on everyday performance conversations with managers and leaders, what difference does that make? What does it deliver? Sum that up.
Okay. So, for me, it's actually about helping people to get into a state of outstanding performance.
Okay.
That's for me what happens when you increase the frequency, quality and impact of everyday conversations. The net result for the recipient of that is the potential for outstanding performance, which is why we have one of our programs called the Outstanding Performance Manager Program. And that's why it's called that, because we know that people, when they are at work every day, they go in and out of high levels of performance.
Yep.
And so we need to make sure that we are helping people to know when that's happening, to focus so that they can help people to be absolutely clear about the conditions that they need to go into outstanding performance, and actually when they're coming out of it and when they're going back into it.
Yep. And therefore, you know, the result is outstanding performance, but it's also, if you think about some of the clients we work with, it's about performance culture, isn't it? It's an outstanding performance culture across the whole business. And we do measure that. We not only measure the behavioural shift and change with individuals and how they come across, but we also measure things like engagement, productivity, and return on investment at a sales or revenue level, if we can. Because, and I'll leave you with one thought, I'll leave everyone out there with one thought, which is we often now talk about the glue, this thing called glue that makes change stick. The conversations really being the secret ingredient, if you like, the everyday secret ingredient that make things happen and work and enable people to be at their very best. So thank you for tuning in. See you
We'll
next
be
week.
back.
We'll be back.
These will be classics one day.